Hello and welcome to Temple High School. I'm Jason Mayo, the principal here. Today in Mr. Luke's class, you're going to be learning about the syllabus and the table of contents. It's going to be a great day. Learn a lot and have a great Wildcat day.
Awesome. Well, wasn't that awesome? You got to meet the principal first day of school, Dr. Mayo. He is available for pictures. You might have to see a secretary for his schedule, but I definitely recommend maybe get his autograph, get a picture with him. All right. So today we're going to be looking at the syllabus. Okay. So at this point, what you want to do is you need to get a piece of paper. I prefer college rule. You can use wide rule, and if you would, go ahead and write down your table of contents. So you're going to need your date. And then you're going to need to write down the 6 weeks, table of contents, and page number. So if you would, pause the video at this point, and then if you would, go ahead and update your table of contents. All right, so you got your table of contents updated, okay? So now let's take a look at the syllabus. Now at this point, if you want, you can go ahead and grab your mom and dad. So you can they can hear it too if you like, or you can maybe watch it on your own, and then you can let them watch it. But the syllabus is important for them to hear, and you hear as well, okay? All right, so my name is Gregory Luke, and I teach Advanced Algebra 2, which is the class you're taking. It's an exciting time, okay? Now, I'm not going to read everything in here. I'm just going to go over some highlights, and then after the video, you can go through and read the different pieces if you feel like you need to, okay? Now, supplies, okay? If you watch this video before the first day of school, great, get it now. But if not, it's first day, go ahead and, if you can, find it in your house or go to Walmart or Target or wherever those great sellers of 3-ring binders. But you want it to be about 1.5 inches, because that way you should be able to fit all your papers for the entire year in it, okay? It can be smaller or bigger if there's that really Wildcat blue binder that you love, you can do that. I have known for some students they'll do a binder per 6 weeks, and then they'll do a binder for the whole 6 weeks or for the whole year. So you can do that if you like, so you don't have to carry a big binder every day with you. Okay. All right. Also, if you can get notebook paper and grid paper. Okay. All right. Textbooks. You don't have access to the online textbook, which is an awesome textbook this year. As soon as I get you access, we'll talk about that. Chromebooks. You're required to bring your Chromebook every day to class, because there's going to be a video almost every day that you might need to reference, or if you want to work ahead and so on. Okay, so Chromebooks are very, very important to have every day. All right, grading policy has changed, so this is important. Okay, so we're going down to 2 categories. Okay, major assessments, which are tests, and they're 40%, and minor assessments, and that's 60% of your grade. And minor assessments are daily assignments, homework, journal checks, quizzes, labs, or projects, okay? All right, and then you can read some of the breakdown there, okay? All right. All right, so next thing, you have the semester exam policy, academic integrity. You can read those on your own. All right, this is new. Skyward Family Access for Parents and Students. Now, we've had that for quite a while, but what's new is for the 17-18 school year, progress report and report cards will not be printed and distributed to students. Students are expected to keep track of their grades, and parents are highly encouraged to get access to Skyward Family Access online, okay? So all your report cards, progress reports, grades, all on Skyward Family Access, okay? Gone are the days of paper report cards. All right, electronics policy, you can read that. Classroom expectations, you can read that. Behavior management plan, you can read that. Severe cause, you can read that. The next thing, tardy policy, okay? So this is new, okay? Students are considered tardy if they're not in the classroom when the tardy bell has finished ringing. Okay, that's actually not new, but what's new is the second sentence. All students will be swept to an office for a tardy pass to class and to document the tardy. Students will not be allowed into class without the pass. Now, what's also new, it's on this paper, is that tardies are now, they don't count per class like last year. They count total. So if you're tardy first period, tardy second period, tardy third period, then by fourth period, if you're going to tardy, you'll now have discipline. So they're cumulative, not per class. Okay, and that's definitely a new change. Okay. All right, so now that's the syllabus. Now I'm going to go over this again on, I believe, Monday, August 28th. If you have questions about it, But what also we need to talk about is, as you see here, I'm doing instruction on a video, okay, and that's new. And I did it for the first time last year, and I learned a lot from experiences with my students and from my fellow teachers I work with and administrators. And so what I realized is that I need to explain what I'm doing kind of the first day, so that way it can relieve some stress and can help you plan for the year. Okay, so your child, and at this point, you really want to get your parent or guardian with you because they really need to hear this with you. Okay, all right. Your child has an exciting year ahead in my advanced algebra 2 class. Things will be a little different than what you and your child are used to. I'm implementing a teaching model known across the world as a flipped classroom model. Flipped classroom, say? What is a flipped classroom? Well, let me let you know what it is. A flipped classroom alters the traditional order of how the material is taught. In short, the relatively easy task of taking notes happens at home, and the home difficult assignment, or the more difficult assignment, I should say, is completed in class with a teacher available for help. Okay? Now, in a traditional class, the student takes notes and does examples during class time. The student has the remainder of class time to start their assignment, but may not finish it. And there's limited time, and that's the key, limited time for the teacher to help the student on the assignment. The student will have to finish the assignment at home without the availability of the teacher's help. Okay? Now, with those two problems, the limited time and the availability of the teacher, a flipped classroom helps fix that. Okay? In a flipped classroom, the student takes their notes and works some of the examples at home. When they come to class, the teacher has a short discussion over the notes and reteaches examples from the video. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain that reteach examples from the video later on, but that's very important, okay? That the student struggles with. The student will use the rest of the class time to finish the assignment with more available time to ask the teacher for help, so they will have little to no homework. And that's what flipped does, okay? What it does is you take your child takes your notes and tries some examples at home, freeing up time that we can work on the assignment in class, okay? All right, why are you flipping the class? Okay, the main reason I'm doing this model is to have more time. The key is time. The more time I can help your child with their homework assignment, the better they will be in understanding the content. Okay. Now you can take some time if you want to read what are the benefits. There's many more benefits than this, but that's just some that I think would help you with. Now, here's a little different. This kind of flipped classroom kind of changes your dynamic as a parent with your child. Okay. The flipped classroom enables you as a parent to be more involved in your students' math education. Most parents tend to agree that they do not remember much from their high school math class and do not feel they can support or help their student at all when they are home doing homework. Okay. However, with the flipped classroom, there are several very easy ways you can help your child. Number one, provide your child with a quiet place to watch the lecture video each night. And I've written 5, but I'm just going to highlight the key, the really important ones. 3, encourage them to take their time while watching the video, which means they can pause, fast forward, rewind, which is to me unheard of. To be able to rewind your teacher or fast forward them, I mean, that's just crazy talk. Okay, but it's so critical to help our students learn at their pace. Number 5, understand that they are not expected, and number 5 is the biggest thing I learned from last year. Okay. Understand that they are not expected to have the material completely understood after watching the video. They are only expected to be familiar with the material and be ready to have a classroom discussion over the material the following instructional day. Okay, and that's the biggest thing I really want you to understand if parents, if you're watching, is the only expectation is they take their notes and try the examples. Okay, I want them to try them. And if they get frustrated, understand and please tell them that, okay, you tried them. When you come to class, Mr. Luke is going to go over those examples again so you can ask those questions and you clear up things. Okay, I call it the overlap. Okay, you try them in the video, but we do them again in class so that way. But even with me overlapping the examples, I still have significant time to help your child and help you, the student, with the assignment. Okay, now I'm hoping this kind of introduction helps you a little bit. Oh, almost forgot. Wait a sec. Got another page there. Or back to the page. Almost forgot about that. What does a flipped classroom require of my student? Okay. The only thing that is different is the type of math homework that they are doing, instead of completing practice problems that they do not understand, students simply have to watch a video, take notes, and reflect on the material. And that's the key. They're watching the video, taking notes, and reflecting on the material. They're not expected to understand the completeness. Now, if they do understand it, that's great. They can come to class and start working on the assignment without me, or work it before you even come to class. But they're not expected to. They're just expected to reflect on it and kind of be prepared for class the next day. Okay. Now, there's some. The flipped classroom requires you student to take responsibility. I'll let you kind of read that. Okay. Now, what if your student watches the video every night but still does not understand the content? Okay. And this is another key thing I learned. Okay. Again, they're only supposed to reflect on the material. They're not expected to understand the content. Okay. It's just introducing them to it. Okay. And the key is there'll be individuals or small group tutoring and support available during class. Okay. Because they're taking the notes at home, I have more time with them to work and tutor them in class. Okay. So the need of you, the student, or your child to be after school for my help kind of changes because there's time now in class for me to do the tutoring there. Okay. All right. Will there be more work to be done at home than required of other advanced Algebra 2 students? Okay. If your child does not understand, for example, the video and gets frustrated, and actually, let me take a step back. I highlight that's important, but let me answer the question. No. The workload for all students would be similar. Your child will be spending each night viewing the video and completing their notes and examples for the next class day. Okay. The content, the notes are the same in the other advanced Algebra 2 class. The assignments, the examples, everything is the same. Okay. There's 2 teachers teaching advanced algebra 2. We work very closely on making sure everything that we do, the way we explain the content, the assignments, is very aligned. Okay. All right. Now, getting to another point, and this is the last important part of this. If your child does not understand the examples from the video and gets frustrated, they can stop the video and they can come to class to have the teacher re-explain the examples in class. Okay. And that's the key thing. Again, I want them to try the examples at home after going over the notes, but understand I'm going to go back over them in class. Again, the overlap. Okay. So remember, if you're seeing your child watch the video, or if you're a student watching and getting frustrated, it's okay. Do what you can on the examples and come to class prepared to ask those questions so that I can help you in class. Okay. All right. So if after you watch this video you have some questions or concerns, you can contact me at 254-215-70, or the best really is email. Feel free to email me. I'm here to help your child and you, the student, be very successful. Okay. So with that, have a wonderful Wildcat afternoon.